Hi. Rotterdam, the city and community in the Netherlands. It is located in the province of Southern Holland at confluence of the Maas River with the North Sea. With the population of 617,347 inhabitants. For January 1, 2012. Is the city, the second for the number of inhabitants, in the Netherlands after Amsterdam. Rotterdam is a part of large city agglomeration Randstad. The motto of Rotterdam, Sterker door Strijd. Large transport hub. Iron and highways. Sea. On the North Sea. And river. Maas River. Ports. Rotterdam Hague Airport. The port of Rotterdam is the biggest in Europe, and since 1962 was the largest in the world. Didn't concede this rank to Shanghai in 2004 yet. The first mentions of the settlement in the area where the small Rot River flows into Maas and the dam on the Rot River is constructed, appear in documents of 1283. In 1340 Rotterdam was granted the rights and the privileges of the city, and 10 years later its inhabitants got from counts the permission for construction of the channel conducting to Leiden and Delft, especially for transportation of the English wool. Exactly from now on development of Rotterdam as trade port begins. Despite wars and natural disasters which interfered with economic growth. For example, a siege Maximilian Avstrijski in 1489, the fire of 1563, plunder by Spaniards in 1572. The city continued to develop active trade, especially with ports on the English Channel and on the Mediterranean Sea. They transported products of fishery and agriculture, back brought salt, wine, fruit. The heavy navigable traffic forced the city authorities to build big port with 10 new wide moorings in the 1600th years. Slowly expanding, the city thanks to an advantageous geographical location turned in the 17th century. After opening of great ocean ways to Southeast Asia. Into the major trade port. It was one of 6 major trade ports of the Dutch East Indian Company. Also at the end of the 19th century the city actively attracts the French and American investments. And with commissioning in 1872 of Nieuw-Wetterweg Channel, available to large ocean vessels, it became the largest harbor of the whole world at all. At the time for placement of offices of the American companies White House. Become the highest building in Europe with height of 45 meters was constructed. During World War I, because of the Netherlands' neutrality and good geographic location, Rotterdam was the largest espionage center. After invasion of the German army in 1940 the downtown underwent on May 14 total destruction. The German aircraft dumped about 97 tons of bombs, generally on the downtown, having destroyed everything on the area about 2.5 km. While city defenders accepted the ultimatum of invaders and beforehand capitulated. Historical building is decided not to be restored. Population 2016.631155. About 30% of the population of Rotterdam have the non-Dutch roots. It is the most non-Caucasian city of the country on racial structure. Data for 2006. Dutch is -317,943. Surinamese -52329. Turks -45415. Moroccans -36831. Natives from the Netherlands Antilles/Aruba -19701. South Europeans Natives of other developing countries -66464. Natives of other developed countries -32261. At the beginning of January 2009, heads of Social Democratic Party elected to a post of the Burgomaster of Rotterdam, first Muslim Netherlander Ahmad Aboutaleb. Also, he is the first in Western Europe Muslim mayor of the large city. Ahmad Aboutaleb, the Moroccan by origin and along with the Netherlands passport has as well the Moroccan passport. Aboutaleb was born in 1961 in Morocco and was brought by parents to the Netherlands at 16-year age. His appointment to the post of the Burgomaster caused ambiguous reaction in the city, especially in the ranks of the right-wing and far-right parties, which consider that such appointment won't help process of integration of Muslim immigrants into the Netherlands society. Architecture and sites. Rotterdam, one of the main show windows of modern architecture. Here world-famous architectural Oma and Elvaart are located. Every year the city visits about 4 million tourists. The major sites: Cubic houses, Euromast, Erasmus Bridge, the Covered Market, St. Lavrenti's Church, 1449-1525. White House, Zoo Bladorp, Plaswijk Park, the Dendrology Trompenberg Park. With 1820, the area is 6 hectares. The ancient buildings destroyed by bombing of 1940. Transport. The subway. 4 lines since 1968. The tram. Since 1879, 9 routes. And the bus works in the city. 38 routes. At night, on Fridays and Saturdays, special buses for Euro 4.5 go. Also the long-distance line of the high-speed tram to The Hague, which is formally ranked as the subway as Line works. The system of payment is similar Amsterdam. Strippenkart. River banks Maas are connected by the Maas Tunnel. 1070m long, opened in 1942. The tunnel has automobile and bicycle and pedestrian threads. For cyclists and pedestrians on 2 river banks, entrance pavilions and escalators for descent in a tunnel are built. Besides the marine transport, with Rotterdam the message by means of the motor, railway, river and air transport is adjusted. Rotterdam Hague Airport. Meuse River and Rhine provide the message with internal areas of the continent. Since 2007 the specialized cargo railroad, Pecheur route, connecting Rotterdam to Germany works. The port of Rotterdam is the major center for processing of bulk, container and other cargoes as in the European continent and worldwide. The most significant sector of activity of the port of Rotterdam is the petrochemical industry. 7 oil processing enterprises on islands in the delta of the Rhine River. And processing of general freights. In east part of the port the largest oil refineries are located. According to 2011, Rotterdam is the 10th port of the world for the number of the processed containers. 2. Education. In the city the University of Erasmus Rotterdamski is located. Cultural life. From the museums, the Museum Bouwmans van Bouwen in Jena, one of the largest art galleries of the country. The Ethnographic World Museum and the Port Museum are most remarkable. A collection from more than 500,000 objects of navigation. Rotterdam is known for the nightclubs. Annually at the end of January there takes place the International Film Festival. Generally alternative cinema. Main calendar event of Rotterdam, absolutely non-Dutch in fact. It is a summer carnival. Zomercarnaval. In the Caribbean style. He passes at the end of July. In 2007 in Rotterdam there took place the competition, the Children's Eurovision. Further, this competition took place in the Netherlands again, but already in Amsterdam in 2012. In 2020 Rotterdam had to host the Eurovision-2020, however the competition was cancelled in view of COVID-19 pandemic. In 2021 Rotterdam hosted the Eurovision-2021. Since November 1955 in Rotterdam, the headquarters of the World Association of Esperanto, earlier being in Great Britain, is located. The headquarters completely occupies the two-storied house on Nieuw Binnenweg Street, built in 1887. The first textbook of language of Esperanto was the same year published. In honor of the 100th anniversary of the World Association of Esperanto in the summer of 2008 in Rotterdam, with assistance of the city authorities, the World Congress of Esperantists was carried out. On an action logo is a new symbol of Rotterdam Erasmus Bridge was schematically represented. Sport. In Rotterdam, 3 clubs acting in the highest league of the Championship of the Netherlands on soccer are based. Feyenoord, Sparta and Excelsior. Feyenoord, one of the most titled clubs of the Netherlands, repeatedly won draws of the international tournaments. In particular, in 1970 became the first Netherlands winner of the Cup of the European Champions and the owner of the Intercontinental Cup. The 42nd World Cup in Artistic Gymnastics took place in Rotterdam from October 16 to October 24, 2010. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.